Hello everyone and welcome to My Class Advisor. Today we'll be taking you through an Excel function which is most commonly used, Vlookup. We'll help you understand what is Vlookup, take you through the syntax of this particular function, share an example where we are applying this function, and finally a few considerations when you're using Vlookup. So, starting off with, what is Vlookup? As mentioned before, it's probably one of the most used and popular functions in Excels. It is used to look up value from different ranges and sheets. The name Vlookup is an amalgamation of two terms, V for vertical and lookup for finding the corresponding value. If we break down this function, the function actually performs a vertical lookup for the leftmost column, returns a value in the same row from a column that you specify. Now, looking at the syntax of this function, in order to use this function, we start off with an equal to sign followed by the term Vlookup. Do make sure that the data is organized in a way that the lookup value is to the extreme left and the returning value that you want to find is towards your right. The first element within the function is the lookup value. This is a value that you actually want to look up. This can be in the form of a value or a reference to a cell. The value you want to look up must be in the first column of the range of cells that you specify within the table array. You then include the table array. This is a range in which the Vlookup will actually search for the value that you want to return. The first column in the cell must contain the lookup value. The cell range also needs to include the returning value that you want to find. You then include the column index number. As the name suggests, this field needs to be in a numerical value. It always starts off with 1 since it's the leftmost value that you begin with. Finally, there is range lookup. This specifies whether you want to look up and find an exact match or an approximate match. This value is in the form of a boolean. A boolean means whether the value is true or false. In the case of a true value, it assumes that the first column is sorted either numerically or alphabetically and then searches the closest value attached to it. In case you want to find an exact match, always include the boolean value to be as false.